Hey, what's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, being joined with the chairman, the founder of Top Rank Boxing, Mr. Bob Arum. Bob, first off, happy belated birthday, 93 years young. I don't know how you have the energy and the spirit to do this. It's really an amazing thing. Like, how are you able to keep up with all this?
Beats the alternative.
That's very, very true. Any day above ground is a good day, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I want to get some quick updates from you, Bob. First off, the status of Teofimo Lopez. I know it was a headline out there that a potential fight with Jaron Ennis was being pursued. What is the status of that at this point?
We're still pursuing that fight. We'd love that fight to happen. Our people are talking with the Ennis people. We want to do as big a fight as possible for Teofimo before the end, after the beginning of the year.
So Teo would move up in weight into a new weight class at 147 pounds. Do you know a proposed location and date if that fight gets over the line?
No, it could be. It depends on the opponent. But if it's Ennis, probably the best place for that fight is Madison Square Garden.
It's been difficult to get Teofimo opponents. On your guys' end, what's been the difficulty there for people to step in the ring with him?
Well, he's so good they don't want to fight him. I mean, we offered Haney to fight, and Haney didn't want it. So we'll find the big fight for Teofimo. He's a great talent, great personality, and he'll do very well both at the box office and on the pay-per-view.
What's needed to get that fight over the line? Is it good on your guys' end and it's up to Ennis and his team, or is there still some room there on both sides?
No, we're all set. It's up to the opponent and his people.
Do you know how soon you'll know, or if there's a deadline attached to that?
I'm here in Saudi Arabia, so I'm not working on it. But the guys back home are ready, and Jeremy are working on it every day.
How do you see the fight if they do go ahead and step in the ring against each other?
Well, I like Teofimo because I think he's a real great talent. But it's certainly a fight that'll be close betting odds and create a lot of interest.
To you, Bob, outside of Ennis, what is the biggest fight you feel can be made for Teofimo at this time?
Well, maybe Haney, I think, But he seems like he doesn't have very much interest in the fight, Haney. I don't know. We'll see. When we get back, we'll all meet and decide who the best available guy is, and that's who will fight.
Switching topics to Vasiliy Lomachenko, what's the status of his return, and have you heard anything about him coming back?
I met with Vasiliy and his father and Igas a number of months ago when Loma was still living in L.A., training in L.A., after his last fight. And he told me that he wants to spend time with his kids, and he was going back to the Ukraine, and he would contact me after the new year, whether he wants to fight, who he wants to fight. So that's the best I can do. I can't read the guy's mind. I don't know which way he wants to operate. He's in a situation where there's a war still going on in the Ukraine, so I can't predict.
If he does decide to come back and return to boxing, I know a lot of fans want to see him come back and return. Is the targeted fight the one you guys were pursuing in 2024 against Gervonta Davis?
That would be a great fight. But there's a lot of great fights for him. Shakur Stevenson is a great fight. Keyshawn Davis would be a great fight if Keyshawn wins the world title. So there are a lot of good opponents.
What do you make of Gervonta's comments about wanting to retire coming up at the end of next year?
Well, fighters, a lot of them who've made money and want to go into other things in life say that. And most of the time you take it with a grain of salt. I don't know Gervonta personally, so I can't evaluate it. But, I mean, if he's decided to retire, he's made a lot of money to go into real estate, God love him.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Marcos here. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I got to tell you about this new boxing app that I've had quite a bit of time to play around with, and I absolutely love. The app is called Boxing Showtimes, and it's a must-have mobile app for every boxing fan. Gain access to complete boxing schedules of fights coming up, see the undercards, personalized reminders, daily news in the world of boxing, and real-time updates, and a lot more. Dive deep into your favorite fighters' records and stats with detailed insights, participate in polls for fights coming up, and connect with fellow fight fans to share your thoughts. The sleek design of it adapts to your style day or night. From buying tickets to finding venues showing the fight, the app has you covered if you're a boxing fan. Use the interactive map, which I think is the coolest feature in this app, to discover bars near you where you can watch the fights live with friends. This isn't just an app. It's the boxing community you've been waiting for. Download now and thank me later.
Your former fighter, Shakur Stevenson, against Gervonta Davis. In your opinion, how does that fight play out, and who wins that?
Well, I'm prejudiced because even though Shakur was a former fighter in the sense that we used to promote him, I thought he was a tremendous talent. I still think he is, and I think he'll beat any lightweight with the possible exception of Keyshawn Davis.
That's a fight we probably will never see, huh?
Neither guy wants to fight each other.
On another subject, Bob, what's going to happen with the broadcaster in 2025 in terms of Top Rank? Where we're going to see a new home for Top Rank? Are we going to see them stay with ESPN or on various networks?
What we're trying to do is homes. I mean, different networks. Same way that any sport does. Same way that football does, that basketball does, that hockey does. You don't want to be with just one network. So that's what we're working on now, and probably sometime in January or February we'll make an announcement. We're still contractually bound to ESPN at this time, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the reach that we'll have.
All right. Bob, as always, it's great catching up with you. We'll catch up with you in a little bit as well. As always, I appreciate the time, and happy birthday again, 93 years young.
Thank you very much.